Quorum leaving First Take. If you look at First Take with Stephen A. Smith, she's leaving. I knew the shit was gonna get ugly from the get-go. Like I've seen episodes where, especially with the Yume Adoka issue, which he didn't do nothing wrong. You know what he did was put one of them black poles and them white chicks, and they was upset. And I don't think he screwed the owner's wife, but that's another story for another time that I'll get on. But I guess Molly thought she was gonna get that Stephen A. money.
Over the last several years, people in this business fall by the wayside because we forget that all of us ultimately answer to people. We don't get to define our own value. We don't get to define our own worth. We don't get to sit there and summarily say, this is who I am and this is what I'm going to do. And guess what? I don't give a damn what anybody say unless you have the leverage to do it. When you heard me at a time when we were discussing my contract negotiations all over the media and all throughout the sports world, what I talked about was what my worth was based on what the numbers showed. I talked about these are the ratings, this is the revenue. Why do I say that? Because every one of us answer to somebody. This notion that everybody gets to do what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, feeling whatever way they want to feel. When you got your hand out for other people's money, it doesn't work that way. And again, I'm not talking about Molly with all of this. But the reason why I piggybacked off the topic of her to get into a more generalized discussion is because I'm seeing people in this business and beyond falling by the wayside and departing from places they don't need to depart from because their excellence at what they do is prevalent and relevant and flagrant. And they should be here.
No, you are a fucking mediator. All you do is just, hey, Steve, or okay, we're going to go to the next topic. You're the topic lady. So if you think you was going to get a fraction of Stephen A's money, that wasn't going to happen. I just think she's going to go to another network. She's going to go to Fox Sports Network. I see it in the works, or she may go to she might work for the news, might work for a major news outlet. I just see it coming. She got the skills to do it, and being on First Take and be on ESPN is gave her that exposure where she would get signed with anywhere, but I don't think she'll get the Stephen A. money. And Stephen A. addressed it on this podcast, which to me, you shouldn't pocket watch other people. You pocket I'm me and how I work in life at my job. I worry about my own money. I don't worry about what other people's getting paid. I'm gonna try to get what's best that I can get in my pocket. I can't worry about the other. And I think Stephen A. was saying, like, well, will people be on TV and or they do podcasts and what they're worth? And he was saying as, well, look, I'm Stephen A. I know my worth. I know with the viewership that I bring to ESPN, I knew I needed this type of money and this type of money I want and what he got. I'm not going to hate on the dude. Dude went and got that money, and, you know, like whatever, how he's controlled on sometimes bringing down black athletes or to that nature, or when there's domestic violence and with players. And I always want to say, like, sports shows should stick to the sports shows. And I like Stephen A. and I like, you know, with Molly, but they, to me, both of us, like, they put their personal issues into shit, especially when it's political and domestic violence, instead of just sticking to the sports shows. And it just got to give it to this like a drama, or it's like a bunch of grown motherfuckers arguing about some sports shit, and they arguing over this and trying to prove a point instead of just sticking to talking about sports, what you like and what you don't like, because we all are critics. Hell, I could be on fucking ESPN and give you my take on how I feel about sports, you know, and I could be a sports expert myself, but I'm not a sports expert. I just love the sport, and I could comment on certain parts that I like about the game or about football or basketball. And I surely won't be talking about if my co-host left and go on my podcast and say why she left or abruptly, because she's supposed to work out till the contract was up, but she was just abruptly gone for the show, so that they trying out other hosts to see who could fill that spot. Stephen A is like a cancer. First he got rid of Max Kellerman because Max Kellerman sounded too smart. He's a smart guy, and they wanted Max Kellerman to be like what's that guy? They wanted him to be Skip Bayless, but you can't be somebody that you're not. You gotta Max Kellerman is stuck to the facts, and he's a smart guy. Stephen A wanted to have him to be that antagonist like Skip Bayless was, but you have to adapt when you have a new co-host. And he was like, well, I just want to be the number one. I'm competitive every day when I'm working. Well, if you're all this competitiveness, you should have helped out Molly that money, but you don't give a damn because you got your money. Everybody ain't gonna better get that big contract, especially that enormous contract just to speak sports. Hey, I need my bread. I want my damn money. You heard? Hey, give it to me. I want my money. I'm doing this pie. Give me that pie money. Real for real. You heard? And then we got the Kawhi Leonard shit going on. I ain't mad at the dude. Listen, motherfucking sports ain't that but like a fucking this. All they do is use you and abuse you. And I don't blame him for getting kickbacks or having a fake company where he making the owner pay X amount of dollars to him, because come to find out he is not the only player in NBA history to do it. There's others have done it, but I guess he just got caught. So Steve Ballmer, the owner of the team, was denying it. I don't think the NBA gonna do anything about it, but I think everybody on the Clippers team is kind of fed up with him. They ain't fucking with Kawhi. The man can't even stay healthy. Like you got a superstar. Basically, it's like having a fucking Cadillac and the motherfucker don't run. You got a North Star engine and the motherfucker don't run. You didn't pay all this money for it because you thought you was getting something. Kawhi Leonard is sort of like a lemon, so to speak. And I hate to agree with Stephen A, but Stephen A is right. He's one of the worst superstars in NBA history. You don't do nothing. Your lips stay ashy, and you just don't do shit. It's like, why are you there for? If I'm Steve Ballmer, I'll go ahead and chalk my losses up. If you still got a pretty decent team without them, chalk your losses up and just move on from them. I don't see Kawhi there in the Clippers uniform past next year. I think he's out of there if they can find the right trade and the right pieces for him. But if I'm the other team on the other side, I won't give up on draft picks for the dude. I just be like, fuck it. You know what? Hey, just give me players that I can get. I mean, if I'm the opposite team, I just said, like, I'm not giving out draft picks. I'm just giving you players that I have available that can match his salary, and that'd be the end of that, and you're done with it.